Good morning. Today is midweek of the week, Wednesday, 26th June 2024. And of course, it's also time for Inside Nigeria as it's 10 o'clock a.m. every day from Monday to Friday. My name is Winifred Ogbebo, your host on the program. On this segment of the show, we review one headline stories on some select national newspapers. Of course, we have Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership, always in our menu. Let's see what leadership is offering today on this cover page. Leadership, minimum wage, long wait for labor as FEC steps down memo. Minimum wage, long wait for labor as Federal Executive Council FEC steps down memo. Tinubu to consult more is a delicate issue, says federal government. New minimum wage will be ready in August, TUC. That's main story today on Leadership newspaper. Beside that, army not recruiting jihadists official. Worst of naira volatility over Kadoso, CBN governor. Police constable recruitment not cancelled, PSC. Customs officer dies at Rep's public hearing. The stories on page 8 of Leadership. May the soul of the departed rest in peace. And above that, we have Labour leaders disrupt Labour Party meeting with Obi in attendance. The story runs on page 4 of this of Leadership. And on the business boss of Leadership newspaper today, Idris unveils Azu's book, Writing for Media and monetizing it today. Idris, that is the information minister, the Minister of Information National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, will chair the unveiling of Writing for Media and Monetizing It, the new book on getting rewards from valuable content written by the editor-in-chief of Leadership, Azu Isiekwenem, and published by Premium Times Books. The event takes place today at 10 a.m. at the Yaradua Center, Abuja. VP Shetima is expected as Ndazaya, the chairman of Leadership Media Group, host Amuka, Yusuf Olorunyomi, other icons. Above the masthead of Leadership, Naira abuse, Cubana chief priest forfeits 10 million naira to federal government. NDLEA gets approval for $1.442 million to boost operations. With that, we move to the page 3 of the paper where we have still on child trafficking scourge. Still on child trafficking scourge. Of course, indeed, is a scourge that must be eradicated by whatever means. With that, we also move to the page 3 where we have Wednesday column, sorry, the back page where we have Wednesday column with Olufunke Baruwa. She's writing on who will tell the president. Who will tell the president is a question that you have to find answers to as you log on to the website of Leadership newspaper www.leadership.ng. Don't forget also to get the continuation of the headline stories, inside stories, the editorial on that same platform. From Leadership, we move to the Punch. Punch's headline story, same with Leadership. It says minimum wage, labor kicks as FEC steps down memo, demands consultation. Failure to discuss memo giving room for speculation, NLC tells government. And we have pictures underneath that main headline story of the protest that took place in Kenya yesterday. 5 killed as anti-tax protesters invade Kenya parliament. The story runs on page 25 of the Punch newspaper. Above them, just beside the masthead of the Punch, court orders Emefiele to forfeit $1.4 million bribery proceeds. Court orders Emefiele to forfeit $1.4 million bribery proceeds. It's a story that runs on page 12 of the Punch. Beneath that, customs mourn as officer dies at Rep's investigative hearing. The story is on page 59 of the Punch. It's so sad and unfortunate. Above the masthead, CBN projects lower inflation, says reforms attract $24 billion in flow. Federal government meets local refiners overpricing, force Dangote. Federal government meets local refiners overpricing, force Dangote. Senate didn't approve new presidential jet Akpabio. The story is on page 59 of the Punch. And with that, we conclude the review of the Punch newspaper's front page headlines today, Wednesday, June 26, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, the editorials, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. From the Punch, we move to Blueprint. Blueprint says ways and means forex push nation's debt to 121.67 trillion naira, according to DMO. Ways and means forex push nation's debt to 121.67 trillion naira, DMO. FCT 36 states domestic external debts inclusive. TBN 6 end to excessive forex volatility. That was the main headline story on Blueprint newspapers. Of course, Blueprint has other so several headline stories there. We take them one after the other. Minimum wage, Tinubu to consult with governors, labor, private sector. Workers expect living wage from July TUC. Free trade zones remitted 11.1 billion naira in 3 years, NEPSA. Kogi's IGRO hits 23.5 billion naira per annum. Rivers local government crisis, protesters defy police labor, Avon warning. Senate never proposed new aircraft for Shettima, Tinubu, Akpabio. FEC approves 1.99 billion naira CNG vehicles, 985 million naira body scanners for NDLEA. And just beneath the masthead of Blueprint, don't promote terrorist propaganda, Idris cautions media. Business, Nike provides 1.014 trillion naira insurance cover to agri projects in 5 years. And in sports, Renard not on NFF's shortlist to replace Finidi. Above the masthead of Blueprint, reps confirmed death of customs officer post-law during committee session. With that, we'll conclude the review of Blueprint newspaper this Wednesday. For continuation of Blueprint front headline stories, inside stories, the editorial, log on to the website www.blogprint.ng. The Guardian is next in our menu today, and of course, Guardian story is an exclusive, and it says 4 states rack up debts, leave $335 billion minerals to illegal miners. 4 states rack up debts, leave $335 billion minerals to illegal miners. Of course, it has illustration beneath the main headline story, where we have gemstone, tag, iron ore, gold. Iron ore has about $320.8 billion, tag $12 billion, gold $1.8 billion, and gemstones $310.9 million. These, the Guardian says, are left to illegal miners. Beneath that main headline story, grabbed concerns as EFCC chefs Akpabio, Adamu, Otom, others files. Minimum wage, private sector insists on 62,000 naira as Tinubu consults governors' orders. Cholera, 10 million Amajiri street kids are at high risk. Is on news page 30 of the Guardian. Band A, court restrains Ikeja Electric, NEC from applying new tariff. Customs mourns as DC dies at National Assembly during press probe. Federal government bans single-use plastics, styrofoam packs in NDAs. Clark urges Tinubu to intervene in Rivers political logjam. Despite denials, Sokoto Assembly considers new bill against Sultan. Is on news page 6 of the Guardian. And with that, we also conclude the review of the front headline stories today, Wednesday, June 26, 2024. For continuation, log on to the website of the Guardian. This day is the next paper on our menu today, and incidentally is the last paper for review. Let's see what this day offers today. To resolve forex liquidity pressures, CBN orders banks IMTOs to settle diaspora remittances in Naira. To resolve forex liquidity pressures, CBN orders banks IMTOs to settle diaspora remittances in Naira. Move to boost access, strengthen local currency. Provides option for same-day settlement. Cardoso, CBN will adhere to conventional methods to tame inflation. Optimistic on achieving price stability. Those are the kickers beneath the main headline story. To resolve forex liquidity pressures, CBN orders banks IMTOs to settle diaspora remittances in Naira. Of course, we also had a picture of the Zenith Bank Group CEO visit to the governor of Lagos State yesterday. Group Managing Director, CEO Zenith Bank PLC, then Dr. Adaura Emerji, with the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, during a courtesy visit to the Lagos State Government House yesterday. Moving up to gradually to where the masthead is, 5 persons shot dead, dozens wounded as protesters stormed parliament in Kenya. Above the masthead of this day, Wale Edun, Tinubu's government has revamped Nigeria's economy. Wale Edun, Tinubu's government has revamped Nigeria's economy. Says Nigeria's total debt stock dipped by 15% in dollar terms. Post outstanding ways and means at 3.4 trillion naira. DMO, forex interest rate securitization of ways and means pushed up public debt. Multilateral creditors owe $20.82 billion. China, $5 billion. Julian Assange leaves prison in plea deal with US government. Page 8. Of course, that also concludes the protracted trial of Julian Assange as he entered plea deal with US government finally. So with that, we conclude today's review of this day's newspaper. For continuation of these headline stories, log on to the website of THISDAY, www.thisdaylive.com. And of course, also with that, we also conclude today's edition of Inside Nigeria, brought to you on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ogwebo. Thanks for joining us. I'm here. Don't forget to join us for News on the Hour on this platform. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.